So one of my favorite games that released of recent note or memory was Hogwarts Legacy. Came out of nowhere, really. I mean, Harry Potter's a big deal. People love it. But I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, and I say Harry because I'm going to. But I like worlds that are completely and totally fleshed out. And of course, there's so many books and so many films, and obviously they paid attention to the little details in the books and in the films, and it makes for a world that's believable, even though it's completely unbelievable. So when I played the game, I thought it was fantastic. I love a game that gives you places to go, things to see, things to do, and is so well crafted that even if you're just walking around doing nothing in the world, it's fun. You know what I mean? Exploring and just existing in a world. And I thought Harry Potter did that incredibly, incredibly well. So when I heard it was being ported to the Switch 1, I thought, this is going to be another Witcher 3 situation where, yeah, they kind of got it there, but, it's a little rough. So I played it, and it was rough compared to the PlayStation 5 version that I played. I finished it on the PlayStation 5, and I think it's got a PlayStation 5 4. I think it has a PlayStation 5 Pro port. Not sure, but pretty sure it does. So, of course, the best place to play Hogwarts Legacy would be, I'm assuming, the PlayStation 5 Pro. If you're not a Nintendo gamer, and this is where this video is going to begin, because I'm speaking to the Nintendo fan out there, not comparing it to what other people or other systems or other fan bases are screaming about on the social webs. So, how is this game on the Switch 2? Well, obviously, it's taking advantage of the extra graphical oomph of the Switch 2. And I know there's been a little competition or concern or critique about Switch 2 being Switch 1 HD. This is from people who are, for some reason, threatened by something that does something that they like in a market where you have choices. You could buy a PlayStation, or you can buy a Switch or a Nintendo system or a Sony system, and that's where this nonsensical comparison comes up. But if you're looking at what Nintendo offered from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Generational leap. It's a generational leap. I'm talking about the graphical effects that transfer over to the Switch 2. I'm talking about the clarity in the image compared to the Switch 1. I'm talking about just gameplay overall and the world and the detail. It is a huge leap compared to what they gave you with the previous hardware. And why is this important? Well, it's important for me because I love Hogwarts Legacy and I love my Switch 2, so I'm checking it out. I think it looks really good. Now, let's be clear, crystal clear. This is not the PlayStation 5 version of the game. This is not the PlayStation 5 Pro version of the game, but it's far enough removed. It's further away from the PlayStation 4 version and closer to the PlayStation 5 version than I think anybody thought would happen. Brother. So if you like your Switch 2, you like playing it in docked mode, which I do primarily play it in docked mode, just like the Switch 1. I was more a docked gamer, if that's a term. Somebody said to me on the street, hey, what kind of gamer are you, docked or on the go? I would say docked. I don't know if a conversation like that would ever happen, and if it did, I would probably check to make sure I wasn't taking something, but I think it's an important game. And why? Not because it's a great game, that's always welcome, but because it demonstrates, it projects great things for the system. Because if a game that requires this level of graphical intensity, did you like that word? Graphical intensity. Something Digital Foundry would say, and you would jump and say, wow, they must know what they're talking about. Graphical intensity? What? Did you hear about graphical intensity? Is that 8-bit or 16-bit? Anyway, I think having this game this early on the Switch 2 demonstrates the power of the Switch 2, and it demonstrates good things going forward for third-party games. And now we know the new Borderlands is coming to the Switch 2, and Donkey Kong Bonanza released and looks absolutely incredible. Dare I say, better looking than most 3D platformers anywhere, ever. So, the future the future, the projection of where the Switch 2 will be, and the capabilities of the system right now, while people are just sitting down, knife and fork in hand, taking a few bites. It's going to take a while for them to completely and totally digest the system. The future is looking incredibly bright with all of these games this early, like 30 or so days into the launch of the Switch 2. So that's why not only is getting a great game that looks really good comparatively compared to what you got last generation, not only is that important on the system because you need good games to play, but you need to know that over time the Switch 2 will be utilized and things are going to get much, much, much better. So as a system that is both docked and portable, it's very, very telling that these games are being ported to the system. They look great, and the future looks wonderful for the Switch 2. Are you a docked or a portable gamer? Let me know in the comments section below because, it's important. I don't know why, but it is. So if you like Hogwarts Legacy, if you like Harry Potter, if you have a Switch 2, it's a no-brainer. Check it out and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the video. This is the part where I say like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.